Walking is the panacea of life. What do I mean by that? Walking is good for you in so many holistic ways. Many of you will realize that as you walk, you take care of your body. It's good for you physically. It's weight bearing because you're standing up and you're putting weight on your body, so it's very good for your physical and keeping your bones fit. It's good for your heart. It's good for your mental health. It's overall just very healthy for you. It keeps you lean, it keeps you fit, and it keeps you healthy. My grandmother, who I lived with for many years of my life, she walked every day. And even in the winter, because I grew up in Iowa, she'd walk in the basement in circles. Actually, she taught me that trick to walk in circles, even the weather's really bad outside. And she stayed fit, physically fit into her 90s. Just really, really healthy all the way into her 90s because she walked and she loved to walk. And she taught me that lesson. I've learned that walking is just very, very good for you physically. So walk and keep that heart, keep your body fit. But walking is also good emotionally. In life, things happen to us called stressors. And stressors, emotional stressors, weigh on us, they tax us. And walking is a wonderful way to dissipate that emotional baggage that you carry. You get rid of it, excuse me, you get rid of it through walking and letting those emotions go as you walk. Just, if you're stressed, focusing on your stress, being angry, I call them anger walks. You just pound your feet when you're walking to let that emotion, those worries, dissipate to the ground, into the earth, and go far away from you. It's a really wonderful way to get it out of you. For example, with couples, I encourage them when they need to deal with something intense, instead of just sitting side by side and talking to each other, to go for a walk. So that way, as they're talking about intense emotional things, that emotional energy is being dissipated through their feet and through their exercise, and that tends to make the conversation much more calm. And even with people that I have over the years that have called me that are very upset, I always encourage them, go for a walk and call me back if you're still upset. And over 25 years of doing what I do, helping people be emotionally well, no one's ever called me back. It just always works. And I think another great thing about walking, it gets you outdoors. Even if you live in a big city, it gets you outdoors, it gets you in some fresh air, and just being present in nature, remembering who you are in your place, and ultimately remembering who you are in your place in the universe. So when you're out there, what I love to do, I love to look up at the stars, up at the sky, and remember, my life matters, but I'm part of this huge universe, and the little worries and fears that I may be concerned about right now, in the scheme of things, aren't that big a deal. And I can relax, be present, and be at peace.
This week's first question is from Rudolph in the Czech Republic. My 13-year-old dog has just passed away and I'm devastated. I feel such a loss as he was a huge part of my life. Am I crazy to feel such sadness over an animal?
No, Rudolph, you definitely are not crazy. And I would just like to share my own story, and that might help you to how to uncover and heal from what's happened. Years ago, I had a cat named Tibet, and I just totally loved this cat. He was a beautiful cat. We were best pals, and we just hung out together all the time. I love animals. And we had this song that anytime it came on the radio, I would hold him like this, we'd just dance around the room. He was just a wonderful cat. But what had happened was, when I got him, he came with feline leukemia, and I didn't know that. So after 2 years, it kicked in, and he died very suddenly. And I was, very upset and very sad about it. And to heal over the loss of him, what I did was, every time I heard that song, because it was such a bonding for him and I would just let my tears flow. And as those tears flow, I always felt better. By letting my tears come out, I just felt better. It allowed me to grieve. And it actually took me about 2 years to be able to hear that song and not let my tears flow anymore. So take as long as you need to. It's very normal, it's very healthy to grieve over the loss of an animal because they're very much a part of you, and don't let other people criticize you. It's what you feel, your feelings matter, and just focus on them and you'll find that you will heal and get better.
Rudolph, I know this is a really, really hard time for you, and it brings tears to me actually to say this. My mom just had to put her cat Nisi to sleep, and it was really, really hard. She's having a really hard time with it, and it brings me back to I also had a cat, and I had to put him to sleep about a year ago, and I had him for 14 years, and it was one of the hardest things that I had to do. It makes me tear up because it was very hard. I was very close to him. I loved him very, very much, and it still brings tears to me. So it's hard, and it's still a healing process. And I kid you not, I tell people this, I'm like, I think my neighbors at some times must have thought I was nuts, because I would just start wailing, crying. I'd just cry so hard where I'm literally like, oh, I was sobbing so much. But every time I did that, I felt so much better. It didn't bring him back, that's true, but I did that, and it helped me just to heal. And I would put pictures of him up. I still have pictures of him up in my house, and I always will. And I painted, I did those things to help myself heal. But you are definitely not crazy, or there's nothing wrong with you for being sad over the loss of your companion. I often feel that our animals are like family members to us, because they are. They spend so much time with us. They're always there for us when we need them. They're always there to give us a kiss on the face or anything to help us. So I wish you all the best, and I know it's going to be a long process for you, but allow yourself to feel sad, and even be mad if you need to be mad, because I know I was just mad that he had to get sick. It's really hard.
So we send you our love, and we wish you much healing.
Peace.